Tell us how you started the race from when the whistle blew to pacing on the first climb and kind of dealing with the other competitors in your category. So yeah, we're in Sedona this week, and it's currently like 40 or 45 degrees. It is so cold. I wait for Kaitlyn and Dan to get back from their ride. Hopefully they wore enough because it is freezing out here. This is not the weather we came for, but it's the weather we got, and it's not raining at the moment. We will try to enjoy. So like I said earlier, it is Monday, and I always take Mondays off. I don't ride on Mondays, International Rest Day and whatnot. I'm supposed to do a power test this week on Wednesday. Easy endurance kind of opener ride tomorrow. 20-minute test on Wednesday. It's been a while since I've done one of those back in the deeps of winter and the Brevard Pisgah Forest time. So hopefully we see good progress in the numbers. Update on the training peaks from there, and then we're into some hardcore racing. Let's stay out of there, guys. Come on, come here. Look at that van. Never gets old. Actually, I should say, look at that home. That's a nice house. I'd live in that house. We got our little fern from the old Pisgah Forest making its way west. Lazy day in the Giroux house. Been raining all day. Starting to slow down now. See if we can get out on the gravel bikes for a little bit. A little spin in. Okay, it is Wednesday. I just picked up my mountain bike here in Sedona from Thunder Mountain Bikes. Got a quick suspension service done. I was feeling pretty bad, and the guy said that the air shock was actually being bypassed. A little bit of stiction and stuff, so got that sorted, ready to go for the race this weekend. The Verde Valley Rally on Saturday. I'm going to head back down to Clarkdale. I got an FTP test, so I'm going to get out on the gravel bike for that hour and then meet up with Kaitlyn and Dan, jump on the mountain bikes, and check out some more of the course. Rode most of it on Sunday, but going to check it out again. Dan said the trails look pretty good. He went over there this morning. It rained all day yesterday, and it's been super windy, which has probably helped dry it out a little bit. It's really cold. Pretty moody here in the mountains, and like the snow on these like red rocks is pretty sweet. So it should be a good ride. Hopefully I got something left after we get this test done. How'd the tempo feel?
Good. Not as bad as I thought.
Ready for that 20-minute test? What's your target for the 20 minutes?
2:18.
Not very ambitious. What did you do last time in December?
2:13.
Okay, you can do more than that.
Alright. Well, I'm back in the van. Test is done. And first, I know everybody wants to know the number. 2:26 for 20 minutes. Mixed emotions, because I am really proud of the effort and finishing the effort, starting the effort. Everything went wrong today. It was really, the weather was terrible. We started in the rain. It was cold. Everything was against us. I was proud of committing to the effort. However, I'm disappointed in that when I started the test, I felt really, really good. Like, really good. And I kept feeling good. And I kept seeing 240, 244. And I got in my own way and said, there's no way I can hold that. I sold myself short and ended up with 226 when I potentially could have had 230, 232, something around there. And that would have put me at 4 watts per kilo. And that was my goal for the year. So not expecting to feel good, and I didn't act on it. I think with everything being against us and doing it anyway, I think God sees that and He rewards your efforts, and He rewards when you do the right thing and when you do hard things. And we ended up having beautiful blue skies and perfect weather, and I felt great, and I got in my own way. A lesson learned, but it's still a PR for 20 minutes, so I'll take it. And it's only up, onward and upward from here. So, good day.
We crushed the day, dude.
Crushed it.
Still didn't get the high five. So it's now, I don't even know what today is. Wednesday afternoon. I'm gonna get into this test and then meet up with Kaitlyn and Dan. Mostly road, ends and gravel a little bit. I don't know how long it'll take me to get there, but we got a lot of flooding going on out here. Some smooth bits, but then you see this big mud puddle ahead. Nothing you can do. It's just in bad shape today. That's so disappointing. Hard to keep going when you keep running into stuff like this. This is like the 4th or 5th massive puddle. The mud is just like sucking you in. I'm just like, can't pedal through it. It's like slopping all over the place. 13 minutes in. Wasn't going great, but I was gonna finish it. Oh well, live to fight another day. Let's go hit the mountain bikes. Like I'm back in the BWR out here, trying to get to this trailhead to meet them. I think I'm supposed to go that way. Maybe.
Like wash and you're like, ugh. Do you want to ride first and see it like firsthand, or do you want to follow it?
I'd rather follow you.
Yeah. So the top part is the technical part.
It's so hard to remember to do all this when you're having a ton of fun riding hard.
I know you have it.
Currently guiding. Smile for the camera.
Yeah, which you could ride tomorrow if you wanted. Rafter and then come up some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
I guess I could just go barefoot.
That is a nice rip to finish.
Yeah.
It don't matter. I live in a van. If it's not dirty already, it will be. Shut that off, I guess.
Oh, come on. I would have loved to have slept later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Although you're probably looking at Blane's race footage, I was stubborn and didn't want to run the GoPro. Like, all out effort, which was the goal of this race, to really like push some limits, and if I exploded, oh well. I tried to stay on the gas, but some of these longer climbs, even though I was trying to push the limits, I was also trying to test fueling strategies and things like that. So I really wanted to consume as much carby stuff as I could. If I could go a little more conservatively and take a second after those punchy, chunky sections uphill, and I think my fueling was pretty on point. For a 2.5 hour race, it ended up being a full bottle of the larger sachet of the Martin drink mix, a smaller bottle of Scratch, 1.5 sleeves of the Cliff Blocks, and of course a Martin gel in the start line. I felt really confident on the descents, and part of that is because we were in town for a while and got to ride the course a few times. We had our local tour guide with us, Dan Drew. He was able to show us the good lines, and it helps so much when you have that local knowledge. The first time you see a course, you're just able to ride it straight through, and you don't have to consistently stop and check your map, and you come up to something that's blind and might be, you don't know if it's rideable or not. You're not even thinking about that. You're just following this guy's line, and that just gave me so much more confidence going into this race because I knew I had ridden everything. If you're in the Cottonwood, Clarkdale area of Arizona, just outside of Sedona, highly recommend this race. The trails were so awesome at Dead Horse Ranch. There are multiple options for race distance. There's the Hurdy or the Hurdy 30, the Soar 40, Soar 44, and then a non-competitive 15-miler. So often these days, the longer races are associated with a level of expertise. So if you're a stronger rider, it's kind of implied that you just do the longer race. But that's not necessarily the case. So for me, I intentionally went to do the 30 because it was going to be more comparable to an XC effort in time, which, you know, an XCO race is 90 minutes and this ended up being a 2-hour and 30-minute course, but of course it's not as long as a 44. So that's why I wanted to do the 30. Looking back now, I wish I had done the 44 just because there was more competition in that race and Chloe Woodruff was there, so how often can you say you got to race with an Olympian? Next year, definitely, if we're around, I'll do the longer one. Yeah, so this race went by really fast because there were significant landmarks, if you will, in the race. It was essentially like 2 big climbs, 2 big descents, and a road section to get back. So I knew I wanted to, well, my coach told me to go out and attack this first climb as if I was starting an XC race. So I had that mentality on the start and kind of got into a more aggressive starting point on the line. And so I snuck in there with the top 8 to 10 guys and was one of the first into the single track, which was nice. So I felt pretty confident. You know, my peak 20-minute power was at that first climb, so in the first 20 to 30 minutes of the race. So I went out strong, and, you know, I pretty early on realized that I probably wasn't going to be in a tight race with the women, so I wanted to stay competitive amongst the guys, and it split off pretty quick. Like, the top 10 guys were pretty close together. But I hung with them the first full climb and first full descent, at least with one guy. And we came up on one of the course officials, and I don't even remember what I said, but said something like just whether it was a thank you or something. And the guy in front of me realized, like, oh, there's a girl behind me. And then he, like, really put in an effort to drop me, which was kind of funny. But yeah, tried to stay with him, and I couldn't, and that's when I kind of ended up all by my lonesome for a while, so it was much harder to push.
Well, back to my race event now.
Few little technical bits up here. Oh, it's this way. Almost missed the turn. Not paying attention. Well, flat legs. Having fun on these descents though. That's a bummer. Well off now. Really struggled at the start following the little surges. Quickly knew the legs were super flat. Building the lactate. Not shedding any. Oh, I feel terrible. I don't remember last time they've been this flat. But a little power to the finish. Enjoy the ride, enjoying the descents. It's a good time local race. Yeah, man. Good stuff, dude. Yep. You good, man? Need a hand?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, yeah. Oh, man. Feeling absolutely butthole right now. I'm like not even halfway. Good thing is last like 7 or 8 miles are all downhill and mostly road. Oh boy. Not really sure what happened this week. Haven't been feeling terrible, but woke up every morning with some pretty soft legs and rest before the Vale Lake XCO next weekend. Don't want to go there feeling like this. All part of the game. Train hard. Sometimes train too hard. Don't recover hard enough. I guess I didn't recover hard enough. If there's a race, kind of let it fall away. This would be the one. Dang, it's a sick course though. Almost wanted to call it at the end of the first little lap thing. There's a fun in that. Out here, support the local race, and it's a pretty cool scene. Just take it easy. Enjoy these pretty sick descents. Not at the pointy end like I wanted to be. That's a sick view. Wouldn't be able to enjoy that in the depths of the race. Take it all in now. Legs. Absolutely shot. What the heck? I guess this is a good time to talk about coaching. Yeah, this stuff is why you have a coach. I have a coach, but when you're trying to be fit and push the limits of training and racing and get the most out of yourself, sometimes you go too far or don't rest enough, whatever. It's all a learning thing. First year of going in like this, definitely some learnings. Speaking of coaching, Kaitlyn and I are both coaches as well. She's been with Ignition for over a year at least, and I just came on not long ago. If any of you guys are looking for some mountain bike, gravel, or even road stuff, check out Ignition and request us. That would be sweet. We'll hook you up with some dial training and bike setup and nutrition talks, race tactics, blah, 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 whatever. Fun stuff.
I'm hungry.
None other than Kaitlyn Verde. Now, ladies, on this overall, no problem. See what we got out here. 39 ladies. 39-year-old ladies. In second spot, we had Melissa Jerome.
Where's Melissa?
And your winner was Kelsey Andress.
Bottle of red. Wow, that's cool.
Fancy.
Second place.
Second place, the left
Let's
or the
go.
right?
Oh, it's the left.
It's the left.
The
That's
left.
me.
Bottle of wine. There's our dog.
Oh, there they are.
Nice.
2:59.57. Dan Jerome. Chicken dinner on a 2:56.05. Look at that hippie. Let's hear it for these gentlemen.
We're currently in the van in Southern California. That's what's on tap for this weekend, Pro Cup at Vale Lake. Super excited about that, managing my expectations because the race start list is stacked. Kate Courtney, Gwen Gibson, Sylvia Blanc, like, it's just full of that top elite international racers. First UCI short track and XCO this weekend for me. Blane has done the pro scene before, but it'll be both of our first times on this course. So stay tuned. That's next week on the vlog.